Hi, Shira7, I'm back. So this video is dedicated to the young ladies out there. Okay, so when I say young, I'm like 25 and under, or just young minds, let's just say that. Okay, so ladies, at your age, you're just getting out of school, the world is new to you, love is a fairy tale, and love is the greatest thing on the planet right now for you guys. Okay, falling in love is your goal, being in that close intimate relationship is your goal, having this special person in your life that you can spend all your time with is, you know, fabulous. Okay, but you have to know one thing and take this from someone who has been there, done that, and learned lessons and have grown and understood, you know, what happened. So first of all, being young is being vulnerable. Let's just put that out there. Okay, it's good to be vulnerable, it's good to take a risk, because every time you step into the unknown territory, you gain knowledge, you gain information, you gain a lesson. Okay, so you know, your first love or your first high school boyfriend, you know, you had a good time, you had fun, but you know, when you left high school, chances are you probably broke up with that boyfriend. Okay, so now you're older and you think, okay, now it's time to get serious, and you know, and you find another boyfriend and you do all these things to try to make the relationship perfect. You're the perfect woman, you do everything he wants, you buy him gifts, you just, you know, make him happy all the time, and he still messes up, and now you're distraught because he broke your heart, and you just can't think of anything else or anyone else that you want in your life, and you just want this person back. And it's just like, okay, this is gonna be another lesson for you. This is not a person that you were meant to be with forever. Okay, in most cases, your first boyfriend outside of high school or your second boyfriend outside of high school is usually, you know, more lessons. Okay, and so you can figure out what you did wrong, what you need to do better, the kind of guy that you want, the kind of guy that you don't want. Okay, usually girls that young go for looks, popularity, and kind of like the bad boy type, you know. So you're probably going to get the side effects of dating that kind of person, you know, ignored, used, and possibly abused, or verbally abused, or just more being ignored. Okay, cheated on. So the next time you choose a guy, you're not gonna go for this type of guy anymore unless you're dumb and didn't learn for the first time. Okay, you're gonna choose someone more smart, more on your level, more into you than into himself. Okay, you're going, if you're not making these adjustments and changes after, you know, each relationship, and you're just sticking to the same thing, either A, you think like you deserve that, you feel like you deserve it, or B, you're not learning your lessons and are doomed to repeat until you do. Okay, so if after about 3 relationships that have failed you, you haven't picked a decent man that likes you more than you like him and treats you good, then you're gonna, you know, keep repeating the same thing, and that's not good. Okay, if you're gonna keep going for certain things that don't work for you, then that's your fault, and you can't really blame anybody but yourself. Because I mean, when I was younger, I used to date, you know, really attractive men. Okay, just like supermodel, 5'6'5", you know, washboard at just yes, I used to date those type of guys. It was fun. I got looks. I was like, oh yes, this is mine, honey. And it didn't do nothing for me after a while. I was like, okay, yeah, I got this specimen of a man, but like, okay, and that's it. You can't do nothing else for me? Okay, no. Then I started meeting guys with money, and no, they weren't all that beautifulness that was that man that I'm used to dating, but they had money. They could take me places. They had, you know, style. They had pool in the town. They, you know, they could get you into places and you know, they could pay for stuff, they could take you on trips and stuff, and it's like, okay, you know, and you know, I will give up the looks for the lifestyle. Okay, so then after those type of guys that could get any woman they wanted, of course, because they had all that money, and they weren't bad, you know, they were decent guys, and like, you know, they could have any woman. So after dating that, I was like, okay, well, this is the lifestyle that I want, but I don't want to deal with these games. But what lesson do I need to learn now? Okay, so go for someone who has enough money to take care of you, but not everybody else. Okay, go for someone who's not, you know, a supermodel. Okay, so go for someone who just wants a special person in their life to spend their life with, and their lifestyle and their money with. Go for one of those type of guys. Okay, so, you know, that's what came. You know, when you manifest something, when you want something, when you only entertain certain type of people, that's what you're going to end up with. Okay, so that is the type of man that most women want to settle with. Okay, they don't want to settle with the person who's going to treat them like trash. They don't want to settle with someone who's going to have anybody, anytime, anywhere, because they're so rich, and you know, they want someone who's going to invest in them, their future, and their lifestyle, and their family only. So this is going to be a family-oriented guy. A lot of these guys come from the country, work their way up into, you know, a success. A lot of these guys come from small towns. A lot of these guys come from humble beginnings. A lot of these guys come from strong families. Okay, so when you meet a guy, ask him about his family. Ask him about how he grew up. And if he has good work ethic, if he has good family structure and sound mind of what he wants, ask all these questions. If he wants a family, if he is a hard worker, if he's established, this is the kind of man you want. You don't want someone who's always had stuff, who's spoiled, who can get whatever they want when they want, are used to women, bound down. You don't want that kind of man. You want a humble gentleman who has made a success of himself, who will want you to share it with. Okay, and there are a lot of these out there. Okay, especially in the South. This is like Southern guys, a lot of Southern men who grew up, you know, with a simple life and very, you know, good upbringing, strong hardcore values. A lot of these men will come from lines of like doctors and lawyers, you know, pillars of the community. Some will come from humble beginnings, but you need to know their background, because their background is important, because this is how they see the world. Okay, y'all, sorry about them screaming kids. It's Labor Day, but yeah, you're gonna see a lot of change as you get older and what type of men you choose to settle with. Okay, you don't want to be with, because that cute guy, that sexy guy, I guarantee you he's on somebody's couch right now babysitting his own kids, because that's what they do while she's at work working. Okay, I guarantee you, because I've seen some of my exes, and that's what they're all doing right now. I'm like, okay, you're a winner. So, you know, go for what works for you and your future generations. Don't sit there and pine over some ex that's supposed to be a lesson and not, you know, your whole entire life. That's a lesson. You need to move on and do better with your life. I always ask people, because you can't ever tell nobody anything. They just like, whatever, I'm gonna do what I want. Don't go back to your exes. Never go back to your ex unless y'all were engaged, y'all were married, and y'all have like a future that was planned together. Don't go back to some ex that just broke your heart and used you up. That's a lesson. That's not a life partner. Okay, a lot of people will break up and then get back with each other, break up and get back with each other, break up and get back with each other, get used over and over again. This just makes it worse. I always suggest moving on, moving forward, getting someone better. This is the best revenge that there ever will be. Okay, if I had oh, I want my ex back, I'd be, y'all already know I said this a million times. If I tried to get my ex back and was successful, I would have been doing a disservice to myself. I would not be where I am. I would probably be in some ghetto, roach infested apartment, gunshots everywhere. That's where I'd probably be, y'all. Okay, so now I did myself a favor by not going backwards in life. Okay, Because like the cute guys, yeah, they're cute, they're sexy, but they don't have a lot of ambition, they don't have a lot of drive, because they have so many women that will do things for them. Okay, it's just not a good choice. Okay, and just like if you see some very attractive women, you know, who can get men to do anything for them, they're not going to be, you know, super ambitious in life either. You know, they're going to be like, oh, well, I just get him to do it, I just get him to do it. And then of course, as people always say, your looks will fade, and then they're going to wonder what happened, and they're not going to have gone anywhere. If those type of women were smart, they would have started their own business by using those guys, you know what I'm saying? But if you keep using people and using people and using people, or you keep getting used and used and used and used with no point or no purpose, like, if you're gonna let a man use you and he is just using you and not bettering himself, then that's, you know, that's both of y'all's fault. But if you're a woman and you're going to benefit off of a man, you need to be working towards a goal or a purpose, a business, an investment, a savings account, or something. You can't just be going and, you know, spending it up on frivolous things. Okay, so I always suggest learning from your past, dating with a purpose. You know, if you're not dating to get married or have a lifetime partnership, then don't take that relationship seriously and blow it off when it breaks up. Okay, just like, oh well, you weren't my husband anyway, you're not going to be my husband, you don't have the qualifications to be my husband, I'm moving on, you broke my heart, but you know, you're just a lesson, bye. Okay, y'all, stop going backwards in life. Like, it's really sad to see y'all try to go backwards when you're supposed to be moving forward. You know, people will betray you to show you who they really are, and then you don't listen. Okay, I knew someone who did everything for this guy, you know, got him an apartment, did this and that. Of course he was cute, and you know, she was pregnant with his child, and she's supposed to be going out of town, right? So she sneaks back in town, drives her friend's car, parks it outside, sits there and watches her boyfriend's apartment, which is her apartment as well now, because she supposedly moved in, and he's inviting girls over there. So she sees this girl go in, so she's like, oh no, you know, I'm paying all the bills in that house, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and he's inviting girls over, right? So his friends go in there as well, so there's guys and girls, so it's like, okay, they're having a party. So she goes and knocks on the door, and they won't let her in. They won't let her in. They're like, oh my god, it's her, don't let her in. So she goes and finds a window, breaks the window with a baseball bat, crawls through the window, finds her boyfriend in the bed with that girl that walked in, and she takes that baseball bat and breaks both his legs and his arms. Okay, I don't know what she did to the girl, but she wound up going to jail, and he got a restraining order against her. They had a kid together. She can't see him. She can't go within a certain amount of space or anything. But I'm just trying to tell y'all. And she wanted him back after that. So I'm just trying to tell y'all how silly some of y'all women look out here, okay? If you're going to choose this type of man, know what comes with the territory. I'm telling y'all, don't get caught up on looks, because looks will land you in places that you don't want to go, okay? Women aren't supposed to be caught up on looks anyway, okay? Y'all are supposed to be caught up on lifestyle. Lifestyle, you guys. What makes you better? What's going to improve you? What's going to benefit you? Having a good looking man will not benefit you in any sort of way except being betrayed by other people and him, okay? So I'm gonna see y'all later. All right, bye.